Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my returning subscribers. I hope you're doing really well. I will be doing a live a little bit later today. And what I'm asking for is if you want to ask any questions on this live, then I will leave my details in the description box, either my PayPal or I think you can send me money through the actual YouTube live itself. So anyone that has paid, I will answer your questions, okay? So just to let you know, so if you fancy joining me tonight, if you've got questions that you want to ask, then please do come and join me. It is a cheaper way of doing it than, booking yourself a personalised reading or doing the 1 to 2 question readings. So today's a weird day. It's sort of, you know, when your day doesn't quite start how you think it's going to start and you just wing it, you just let go a little bit because you're like, well, it just feels like anything could happen today. Anything could happen. So let's see what is actually going to happen for you today. What is in your energy in the next 24 hours? We have horse, personal power. So this is something to do with your personal power. This could be you driving forward something that you have been holding back on, or maybe not feeling confident in a process, but now you're starting to feel that confidence. There's something about ego needs with this, and our ego, you can break it down into 3 sections. So you've got your self-pity, self-confidence and self-esteem. It basically forms your identity, and we are usually dominant in 1 or 2 of those 3 aspects of the ego, okay? Your personal power is driven by which one you are more dominant in, okay? So if you are feeling a bit more in your self-pity, you're probably not going to have as much drive or enthusiasm for things that you want to head towards. If you're in your self-confidence a lot more, then you will be very driven. And self-esteem, again, that's kind of like very driven. So let's get into your runes to see where your energy is with those right now, to do with your personal power. I'd be so interested to see if Eros comes out. That happened in a reading yesterday. So we've got Yera. First of all, let's just get 2 more on this. We have daggers. That's very interesting because those are all both about timing. And Bacano. Okay, so Yera is about time in a slow process, and daggers is about time in a daily. So this one's like a yearly cycle and this one's a daily cycle. So it's almost like 2 overlapping timings here. Something that you have wanted perhaps has taken a while, or it's just been a slow progress for you. It's taken its time to reach where you want it to be. But daggers is almost like the breaking of the illusion. So it's almost like maybe things have taken so long because you weren't in your power. You weren't stood in your power at that point. Whereas now you're a bit sort of like, I feel like I am in my power now and I know the way forward that I want. It's like you've opened the window in your intuition. You're allowing yourself to be guided by it. Now this is, I was saying about this being over a 24-hour reading. So this is you being enlightened within this 24 hours. It's like you are just being more, your eyes have been opened to something that you felt was very slow, but growing. This is like you come through some real cycles of growth to understand some things about your life right now to do with your personal power. And daggers is here to illuminate the work that you've actually done. And it is working for you, and it's leading you to a brand new beginning. Bacano is all about rebirth, and this is, it's just this newness, new beginning. Something that you've been nurturing is coming into fruition. Now Bacano also holds a hidden truth. It's sort of Bacano can be a bit like that moment for a pregnant woman where in the first 12 weeks, you know, she doesn't tell anybody and it's a secret, but it's a happy secret. So that's what Bacano holds, is like there's a truth within, but it's a happy truth. And you are coming to a point now where it's almost time to express that truth outwardly. But it's exciting, it's a happy thing, it's a good thing. So let's see what your tarot cards are saying about this today. What do we have for you? So I'm using the Witch's Tarot again today. Funny how some cards just call to you, sort of thing. We have karma. Now, you might know a lot about karma, you might actually know nothing about karma, But karma is basically like cause and effect. So when you do something, you have some kind of experience, there's going to be some kind of effect from that or impact from that, okay? So karma is a little bit like the judgment card. And it's interesting because judgment is 20 and so is this card is 20 as well. So there's something about you kind of having a self-realization and revealing something to yourself, understanding something on a deeper level. This is kind of like, it shows an eclipse on here. So it's, I keep getting that song, what is it, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I don't know the lyrics to it, maybe look it up. I can't remember who sang it either, but it's an old song anyway. I say bet somebody, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, this is the energy of that self-realization. Okay, you are really awakening to something here. And Daggaz is representing that as well, clearly within the middle of your reading too. But it's a real positive message that's coming through on this. So what challenges do you have? It's got 2 cards coming out there. Okay, the challenge that you have here is that it's almost like you've got two options. And one option, either option is absolutely fine. But one option is going to bring you some kind of fulfillment in terms of like something that you can really make plans with, something that's very rewarding, something that you feel you've really achieved or that you've been wanting. So it's like you're gaining a reward for something, for your hard work. And I feel like there's one decision you could make that you feel leads to this, but you're not sure which one it is. So let's find out which one it is. So let's see, break your 2 decisions down, okay? So decision 1, decide what decision 1 is going to represent. And then decide what decision 2 is going to represent. And here we go. So this is your answer for decision 1. So if you're in the middle of making 2 different decisions, this is your answer for both. So decision 1, you should have what that represents right now. Decision 1. Decision 1 is something that you have manifested maybe a little while ago. It's something that you have been wanting. It also has an element of it of travel. So it could be something that you are looking for that does, it just feels joyful and inspirational and like lots of fun. It feels like a lot of fun that you are traveling towards, but you've manifested this in your life or you want to manifest this. So it's almost like, why would you turn your back on it if it's something that you actually asked for, that you actually really want? But maybe it required you to step up to something within yourself, within your self-confidence maybe, or your personal power in order to maintain it. So there's something about that with option number 1. Decision number 2, what do we have for you? So your second decision on here. And what do we have for you? 4 of Pentacles. Okay. This decision feels more like something that you're holding on to, that it just starts to feel a little bit stifling because you're holding on to it for dear life. Almost like there's a fear within that of letting go, of what might happen if you let go. Now this decision, again, any option you take is leading to this new beginning, is leading to something. Either option is not a bad option, okay? But you have option 1 feels very freeing and very much in your personal power. So that horse on there, the horse on there, okay, it's all about that movement. You know, a horse is a vehicle through life. It allows us to be on our journey. And I feel like option number 1 for you allows you to be fully present on that journey. It's a journey that's full of joyfulness and happiness. Whereas option 2 feels a bit more guarded and heavy. It feels a bit more like you're not really going to be able to open up properly within this. You're always going to feel a little bit guarded and held on. Okay. So we have the 7 of Cups on the bottom, which is the ultimate illusion and option card. Okay. So you are still possibly at this point undecided. So let's see what advice we have for you. Actually, let's see what you need to focus on then to make this decision. Where does your focus need to be? Your focus needs to be on deepening into a connection, deepening into love, deepening something that is fulfilling you emotionally, is what I'm getting from this. It's almost like it feels there's something in your life that you are attached to, but you're also not attached to it. And it's different to anything you've experienced before, because before it's always been like mega attachment. Whereas this has more free flow to it, and it helps you to step into your emotional self. But this signals to focus on a new beginning with this, a new beginning and a deepening of a connection. Okay, yeah, because there's a need here to really open up and express some emotion, and I feel like option number 2 doesn't really allow you to do that, but option number 1 really does. Option number 1 is very focused around your solar plexus, the seat of your power. So option 1 is more aligned with your personal power. Okay, so what advice do we have for you in moving forward on this? What advice do we have? Oh, the advice that we have is about romance. It's about seeing things romantically, coming forward, offering a cup of love is what it feels like. I'm almost getting a sense or an energy of somebody watching this video that wants to step forward to make an offer of love, to make some kind of commitment. Now, that doesn't matter whether you're male or female here, whatever your situation is, it feels like it needs to come from you to step forward and say what it is that you want to a particular person in your life. Take it how it resonates though. Obviously, if someone has really hurt you or there's been some kind of not very nice things going on, then that's not what I'm talking about. This is a connection that fills you up, that makes you feel good. And you're enlightened to how it's making you feel and how it's aligning you with your personal power, you know, allowing you to be yourself fully. So you don't feel like you're having to keep your cards close to your chest. You haven't got to be guarded. You can just be yourself. That is what you are. That's what you're being guided. The advice to take is to come forward with how you feel in this situation. Okay, so let's just have a look then now. Let's have a look at these, shall we? Okay, so there's been some kind of issue with communication, it looks like, and being able to communicate things from a place of truth. That could be coming from you, or it could be coming from somebody else, or there's just an uncertainty about what the truth really is. And the Hanged Man in reverse is again that energy of not being able to let go. It's almost like there's an energy around this, and this might be the second option here, where you're not really getting the full truth, you're not getting the full picture, and perhaps there's things that have been left unsaid that you haven't been able to say or do or realise, and you are getting to a point now where actually it's time to let go of that. It's time to understand that sometimes keep trying to put your opinion forward isn't actually going to get you anywhere. It's not going to change that person's mind. It's not going to make them suddenly change. And it feels like there may be some kind of stubbornness there, or some kind of lack of communication going on. But there's definitely a sense of not being able to let go on here, or not willing to take a different perspective. But your intuition is kind of showing you the direction to take here. I feel like this video is just confirmation for you of what you already knew, what you already need to know. There is definitely an energy of independence with this. So it's basically you needing to feel more independent in your life. 8 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. So yeah, there's something stopping you, which is yourself really, from being able to celebrate something here, from being able to celebrate this connection. but it's through your own fear of stepping into it. It's almost like a fear of being, not a fear of being intimate, but a fear of being deep in something on here. There's a song, it's an Eminem song, I think, and it's basically about allowing someone to get near you but not feel you. So it's like it's almost like a surface level of like, you know, well, I can do this with you on this kind of level, but you're never going to get into me. You're never going to let somebody in fully. And I feel like someone here is like, you're kind of frustrated with yourself over that, because actually that is what you would like more than anything, is to let somebody fully in. So what do you need to do on that? Oh, okay, we've got the star on the bottom of the deck there. This is a wish fulfillment. So it's like, be really certain on what it is that you want, because you are able to manifest that in your life. And I feel like you already are. Actually, there's too many on there. Let's try that again. So, what do you need to know about this right now? Do you know, I've got to stop throwing half the pack on the floor. What do you need to know? Okay, we're going to go with that. The Ace of Swords on there. We've got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Right. So you're very clear on what it is that you want, actually. Maybe you were screaming that at me as I just said that before. You're very clear on what it is that you want, and you are able to take a different perspective. You know, Daggers has really enlightened you to a particular situation in your life. But there's something about, it's almost like a fear of not having a balance giving and receiving. Maybe fear of giving too much of yourself. And that's why I was saying about that song. It's sort of like, you know, keeping yourself, only allowing people so far protects you from being hurt. And in the past, you may have given and given and given so much, but then not actually managed to receive back in the way that you needed or wanted, or that made you feel safe. Okay, so, and we have on the bottom there, the King of Pentacles. So this is stability and security. Somebody wanting something to feel more permanent in their life. So what else do we have for you on this? What other advice do we have? I think I might actually get one of the dream cards out in a minute. The Empress. So there's a need for unconditional love here. The Empress is all about attracting towards you what it is that you really want. And you are attracting that into your life, but through fear of things not being quite right or going wrong or not working out, or how does that fit into my life at this time? These are the things that are affecting your way forward on this. And what the Empress is kind of showing here is like, just chill, just go with the flow, just enjoy what is going on there for you. And that will allow that balance, giving and receiving. Yeah, just allow things to unfold organically, taking your time with that. You can drop your shield. It's safe to drop your shield in this situation. Oh, and we have the Four of Wands as well. So this is stability, security. This can sometimes signify marriage, sacred marriage as well. So there is the option that you are choosing here. It does lead to stability, security. And there is, I feel like there's a lot of, especially over the next 4 months, there's a lot that you're going to be celebrating. A lot of different things that you are celebrating here, which is fantastic. Okay, what is your final outcome here? What is the final outcome of this here? Let's see. There's a card flipped over there. What's that? So we've got Four of Swords. Now that one was bothering me because it was flipped over in the pack, so I needed to get it out. But this is talking about recovering from something. It's like you're healing from the past, from past wounds and things. So right now, you might just need a moment to just be present in your own environment, you know, with yourself, rather than looking for the next thing. But even without doing anything, because you are focusing on your personal power, this new beginning is actually unfolding for you. And we have the Lovers on the bottom there as well. So I do feel like this is a love reading, if I'm honest. This does feel very much about someone making a decision in love. So your final outcome then. What do you have for your final outcome here? You can't make this up. Like the Lovers is poking out on there. It wants to be seen. There's definitely a soulmate coming through on this for you. And it's a new beginning with this soulmate that's aligning you with your personal power. You're choosing, you're making that decision. And there's something about forgiveness on this as well, whether that's forgiving yourself or forgiving another person. But there's an element of forgiveness needs to be made in order for your personal power on this. I'm going to leave this reading here right now. If that resonates with you and you would like more information on this, you want to know what is happening here, then please do get in touch. My details are down in the description box. And I will see you all later on the live a little bit later tonight. So as I say, if you do have questions and you want to ask any, then drop me some money through PayPal or through the live itself when we get there, and I will answer your questions for you. Have a blessed day.